Discovery video 138. We are at Tampa Bay Downs. I highlighted the fact that this is a turf race, and it is also a claiming 25 non-winners of 3 lifetime. So that makes it a 5-star preferred race, plus turf races are a 4-star preferred race. What you have here is the rare double preferred combination. Here on the home page, I'm going to log into the free area there and click on Discovery Video button, link or banner, and over here on the right, these are my preferred races. And this is a set of conditions where my 15 years of research has shown me I have a much better than average chance on getting that nice price, value odds, or overlay winner in these types of races. And I have them all rated from 1 to 5 stars, 5 stars being the highest. This race is a turf race, so it's a 4-star race there. And the race is also a conditional claimer. Anytime you see the CLM, the claiming price, and some kind of numbers and letters, or maybe just a letter, any kind of combination of a number or a letter to the right of the claiming price is a conditional claimer. That's the highest rated 5 stars. So the race here is double preferred for the conditional claiming and for turf. So you have a very special double preferred situation here. Okay. Obviously we're going to look for the value odds horse, and we have only one, and that makes this that much easier. When I look at the whole card on Tampa Bay, for example, for this day, I can tell which races are my strong races. And I think on the whole card there was only 2 races that were double preferred, so I knew I really needed to focus there. Number 2, Elijah Dancer, lone value odds horse. Very interesting stuff going on with this horse, but before we get into that, this horse could be as interesting as anything, but if it's not going off at the odds, at good odds, we're not going to bet it. Remember, the bottom line, the most important thing is the odds in their post time. And here's how it looked in Group A. The 3 horse was 3-1. Our value odds horse was 12-1. So as you can see, the best overlay in Group A by far. As long as they're anywhere in the vicinity of 10-1 or higher, that's a pass for me. Meaning, I pass to the next step. Meaning, take a look at what we're doing with this horse, what the horse has got going on. So remember, this is the most important thing. Okay. Okay. Now, since the odds are there, quickly look. I see some icons. Okay, there's a couple of really neat things I want to show you here. You see the speed figure icon. Okay, this horse is not raced on turf. He's coming off a victory at Tampa Bay 19 days ago on the dirt. And then 2 starts previous was a winner at the all-weather track at Tampa Bay Downs. Now, so this horse hasn't run on turf. The question is, can this horse run on turf? Well, I'm going to show you there's 2 clues here. One you can see and one you can't see. And also, the speed figures. This horse has got the best speed figures, but not on turf. The horse hasn't run on turf. Now, A, Our speed figures correlate turf to dirt. So if you've got a horse with the best speed figures on dirt or an all-weather surface or whatever, that correlates even if the horse is switching to the turf. Aha. Now, also, any horse that shows ability to win on an all-weather track such as Presque Downs most likely can also run well on the turf, and vice versa. Next, probably the most important thing on why I absolutely flipped when I saw the horse was going off at the odds that it was. What you don't see here is an icon for sire Olajuwon, which I highlighted here in blue. Even though AP Ridge has the turf pedigree icon for being out of AP Indian Danzig, is the dam sire. So this horse has got the best pedigree of the whole field. However, what you don't see about Olajuwon Dancer and Olajuwon Sire, the sire, is the rating that Olajuwon has as a sire. Okay, it may not be the best, but I probably guarantee you if I looked at all the numbers, it'd probably be second best. But I'm going to tell you what I remember when you don't need to know what I'm about to tell you to make a decision to bet. And the decision to bet is made, you know, double 5-star preferred 12-1. Your decision's already made. The stuff I'm telling you is just story. Olajuwon broke his maiden at Saratoga on the turf going, I think, 1.25 miles, and then also won an allowance race at Belmont at 1.25 miles. So we know that Olajuwon Dancer has got speed. Can he carry the speed 1 mile on the turf? Okay. Now, you didn't see it because you obviously, there's obviously some things that are not seen that go into the final power rating numbers. You could see here, he's got a power rating of 105, just one tick off of the top 106. There's some factors involved in that 105 that include the fact what I just told you about the sire. But, like I said, you don't see any icon for that. So I'm just telling you, there's a lot of stuff you see, and there's stuff you don't see that's in play, okay? Now, I just happen to remember Olajuwon from about, I don't know, 10, it's been about approximately 10 years, maybe 9 years or so. Unfortunately, the horse's career, he got injured, and so his career was shortened, but he would have been a fantastic, possibly even Breeders' Cup potential turf runner. But then, you know, he's obviously now a sire and doing his thing as a sire. But these horses that come from him, they can run all day on the turf. Because like I said, he broke his maiden at 1.25 miles on the turf. I can only tell you, I can remember in the last 10 years, I don't know if there's 5 horses that I ever saw break their maiden at 1.25 miles on the turf at Saratoga. That's a pretty impressive feat. You've got all the best young horses that are at the Saratoga meet for the summer, all the tough turf horses there, and imagine the pedigrees involved there and the amount of money involved with these horses when they were bought at sales. And so, I mean, that's something that just, I really was like, oh, this horse is going to stay all day. You know, obviously having the early run style is not exactly what you call ideal for the turf. But you know what? If the horse has got the pedigree to go the distance, doesn't matter. Anyway, that's all the stuff that I liked about Olajuwon Dancer. Now remember, you don't have to know any of this stuff because this is all you need to know right there. This and this. I'm just giving you some insight to what's going on. Why did the betting public not bet this horse? Well, technically they did, because the Mr. Magoo, Tampa Bay Downs, morning lines, lion odds maker, made him a 20-1 on the line. Our odds 4-1, true odds. So betting the horse going off around 12-1 near post time. So technically, they did bet the horse 8 points down, but in my opinion, that was an inflated morning line. Okay. Yeah, sometimes these guys get it, and sometimes they just miss. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. 12-1, anything 10-1 in the vicinity of 10-1 or higher is all I care about. Okay, you have that, and the betting public does not like horses switching surfaces. Okay, now for me, here's another little tidbit I'm going to throw at you that's very, very interesting that I found. When a horse is coming off a win, like this one is on the dirt, why would the trainer put the horse on the turf for the first time? Because trainers will only switch horses to the turf for two reasons. That the trainer thinks the horse might get something out of the race that it needs, like maybe a horse that isn't running well, which that isn't the case here because he's coming off a win. The other thing is, if a horse is coming off a good race and goes to the turf, that's pretty much the trainer signaling, I think that my horse can run well on the turf. Okay, so that's something you can see. When a horse is coming off a good race, then switch to the turf. See, the trainer absolutely, positively knew what kind of pedigree in this horse was there, obviously. Okay? And so, I mean, I would have had this horse on the turf before, but, you know, maybe they just couldn't find a turf race, you know, up to this point, and maybe they wanted to get a foundation under him and then put him on the turf. This horse is going to go to allowance class, at least should, in my opinion. In any case, put the bet together. First bet, $10 to win. We want to get the win bet down first because you know, you don't want to have a trifecta ticket only or something like that and somehow miss that, and you got a 12-1 key horse. So always bet the win bet first, and then my next bet is I wheel the exacta, so that would be a $2 2-all exacta, and then I also wheel daily doubles. So I'm going to wheel the double. This is a rolling double, so I can look ahead to the 8th race. Before the 8th race, I can look ahead and go, uh-oh, I got a 5-star and a 4-star. That's a double preferred 5-star race. Play of the day. Race of the day. Okay? So obviously you're going to have the double coming in, the all-2, and then the 2-all going out. Okay, so now if my horse wins, I'm guaranteed win money, exacta money, and doubles, 2 of them. Now, if the player has bankroll the play trifectas, here's your strategy. Key the 2 on top all by himself. Then in the second position, the trifecta, 3, 9, 1, 5. That's the rest of the horses in Group A and the top horse in Group B. Scratch the 14. Move up the 1 to be the last horse in Group A. Move up the 5 to be the top horse in Group B. That's how that came about there. All for 3rd, 10-cent super, all for 4th. Okay? How many of you remember Olajuwon? If you're a New York player, that name, even though he never won a stakes race, he was so impressive as a maiden and what he did that, like I said, I don't think there's been 5 horses in the last 10 years that broke their maiden 1.25 miles on the turf at Saratoga. Unfortunately, like I said, he got some kind of injury and ended his career early. But I think that this horse would have been possibly a Breeders' Cup turf horse. Okay, so obviously a mile for the speedy Elijah Dancer on the turf, not a problem. As you can see here, wire to wire, we already knew that he had speed, and the pedigree told us he can stick. I bet you this horse, put this horse on turf, he could be a champion mile. He'll wire every mile field he faces when he's in shape, this one here. It's going to be a real interesting horse to follow. Okay, 13.5 to 1 was the final odds there. See, around 213. So we're catching everything there. You got a nice 28.80 win mutual, and let's go for all the payoffs here. Yeah, you got your $10 win bet, returns you $144. The exacta $149.20. A dollar try, a couple of cheapies to round it out, so $267.40. 10 cents super, $126.79. But we made some real cheese here in the doubles, $194.60, and then the double going out, $562.40. So, and that's why I wheel doubles and exactas, because I frequently catch a big one along with my big one that I'm keying. You catch two big ones, you get a $500 double. Okay, 1,444.39. Okay, lucky number 4s today, if you believe in superstition. And, you know, we're horse players, of course we believe in superstition. So, you know, every 4 you can find, you know, I'm not going to let you get caught up in that. But when I see 222, 111, 444, my superstition radar goes off. And then it takes me about 3 minutes to talk to myself into, it's just a coincidence, John. Let it go. You know, I'll obsess over that. But that was your return, 1,444.39. So we learned some neat stuff in this video. Everything from the speed figures can carry from dirt to turf and vice versa. Why is a horse being moved to the turf? Can the horse win on turf once being moved to the turf? All kinds of neat stuff. But this was just, and like I said, to kick things off, we already knew we're going into a situation where a 5-star and a 4-star making it a double preferred race of the day type situation. Okay, all right, this is probably one of the best learning videos I have ever made because there were so many neat things involved. So I get real excited with the horse, and I got real excited about this particular race and all the things going on. And so, you know, like I said, you see a lot of icons. There's a lot that you see, but there's stuff you don't see that's being put into the power rating. Okay, and that's what I personally think is the neat stuff. It's like the secret ingredients, the secret seasonings. Okay, so to speak. All right, we're reaching, what is it, 18 and change. We'll let you go on that note. I definitely would suggest you watch this video more than twice. Watch it 3 times. There is just so much information that I talked about in this video that you really need to watch it 3 times to make sure you heard and absorb everything that I said, because you're going to make some money with this information. All right? That I guarantee you. All right. Thanks for viewing. Good luck.